have you been naughty or nice? That is the question. Uh, I just got done watching Silent Night, Deadly Night, and I will say I liked it. Granted, I was expecting it to be a lot more violent than what it was because of all the controversy that surrounds the film. I was hoping, well, not really hoping, but I was expecting something more than what I got. Um, and if you're wondering why I'm not showing off the case, it's because I watched it online. Uh, so let's get into this. It starts off, we've got this family just driving down the road, and Billy, we get introduced to our main character, Billy, who's a little kid. He's really curious about Christmas, and he's reading a storybook, and he's flipping through the pages, and he asks his mom, uh, when will I be able to see Santa? And his mom says, when you go to sleep tonight at your bedtime, and if you don't, Santa won't come. And so Billy pretty much takes that to heart, and he asks, well, what happens if we don't get home by the time it's time for me to sleep? And we also got Billy's little brother, but we don't hear his name until the second one. I have not seen the second one. I'm going to watch it uh, probably next week. Well, I'll probably pop it in Friday. Um, anyways, what happens is they go to a mental institution to visit his grandpa. He's, as far as I know, he's never met his grandpa before, and he's a mute. Like, he doesn't talk at all. He doesn't really look around. But then when his parents leave to go to the other room to get something, uh, his mom's like, "Stay here with Grandpa, Billy." And so he stays there. And then Billy's grandpa grabs him and starts telling him about Santa Claus and says, be very scared of Santa Claus on tonight, because if you've been naughty, he will punish you." And Billy takes that to heart as well. Like, he's a little kid, so he's very impressionable. So what happens next? Uh, Billy is telling his parents about what his grandpa said, and they're like, "Why would Billy lie?" And so they keep driving down the road, and Billy's like, "Mom, have you ever done anything naughty?" And she's in the middle of sleeping, and she's like, "Once in my life." And then he says, "Well, won't Santa punish you?" And she's like, "Who told you that?" And we get back on the subject about Grandpa. So they keep driving, and they're driving, and while they're driving, there's a holdup taking place in a gas station. Uh, a guy dressed in the Santa outfit shoots the cashier and steals the money. $31, that's all he gets. Uh, and he decides, I think he stole a car, like he might have not stolen it. It might have been his, but uh, a couple of seconds later, we see him stranded on the side of the road. His car is messed up, So he knocks on the window of Billy's parents' car, and you think he's gonna ask for a ride, but then, lo and behold, the Santa Claus guy shoots Billy's father. And, like, if I was a little kid and I saw this in real life, I'd be, like, traumatized too. And so Billy sees his father get shot, and the Santa Claus tries raping the mother. And we see boobs. We see a lot of boobs in this movie. And I did not want to see boobs. Like, I'm not into seeing boobs right in a horror film. If I want boobs, I'll just look on porn, stuff like that. But anyways, she is about to get raped, and she punches the Santa Claus right in the face, and he slices her throat. Granted, you can tell it's fake because you do not see any scarification. You just see blood go across the neck. And then we fast forward 3 years later. It is now 1974, and Billy is 8, and we don't get a whole lot of stuff about his brother. Like, he's in the orphanage too, so Billy's in an orphanage now. And Billy, he does not look 8 years old. He looks like he's 12 or 13. But anyways, we get introduced to this. I'm against beating women and whatnot, but like, if this was a man, I'd beat the shit out of the person. Because the Mother Superior, like, I don't think I've hated a couple movie characters a lot, but this one definitely goes in my top 10 most hated. She knows that Billy is afraid of Santa Claus. And every single year it's Christmas time, Billy gets very afraid and he's trying his best not to be naughty. But the rest of the year he's just perfectly fine, just very normal, very casual, still not trying to be naughty. Okay, and then what's next? Billy is told, you have to stay in your room because he apparently did something wrong, and Mother Superior is a total bitch. I was just waiting for her to die. Like, this kind of movie desensitizes a person because you're hoping that this person dies. Anyways, Billy gets told by one of the sisters, and this woman was a nice sweetheart. Like, she was trying to help out Billy. She was trying to be Billy's friend. So she said, "Why don't you come outside and play?" And he's like, "Mother Superior told me not to." And the sister decides, you know what, come with me. And he ends up getting his stuff to go outside. And the sister goes out into the hallway. And we don't know what direction she goes, but Billy ends up hearing something in the hallway behind the door. It's two people having sex. And he decides he's going to look inside the peephole to see what's going on. And we see a close-up of his eye and looking into the keyhole, so that's a cool effect. It reminded me a little bit of Child's Play too. The sex scenes in this are pretty graphic. Like, we don't see down below, but They are pretty graphic in a sense. Um, Mother Superior ends up finding Billy looking in the door, and she ends up pulling Billy away from the door and unlocking the door and going inside the room. Beats the man and woman with a belt repeatedly. We don't see it, we just hear it. And I'm just like, you're traumatizing this kid even more. Like, are you not smart enough to know that his parents died and you're going around being like, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. At least the sister cared about Billy and was nice enough to understand him, like, tried to understand what he was going through. Like, she just, the Mother Superior just thinks, oh, if you see, something at a young age, it doesn't matter when you get older because you'll forget it. When your parents have gotten killed, you never forget it. And if you're a witness to it, you'll never forget it for as long as you live. You just won't. No matter how much you try to forget it, it just doesn't happen. So, anyways, we fast forward to about a couple days later, and he's getting his poor ass whooped by Mother Superior. Like, this is why I call her a bitch. Uh, she pretty much abuses the poor little kid, and I literally don't blame him for turning into a psychopath. Like, this kind of movie, it makes you feel for it makes you care for the killer a little bit. Yeah, you care for the victims, but most of the time in the movie, you're caring for the killer. Like, the first half of the movie, you're caring for him. Like, he's a guy who just wants to live a normal life, but he'll never be able to live a normal life because of his childhood. So, anyways, fast forward 10 years later. It's now 1984, and Billy is out of the orphanage, and he's got a job. He's working at a toy store. So, hooray for Billy. Um, the nice sister, got him a job there. So, hurrah for that. The boss seems nice. There's a woman, she seems nice too. And then, a woman who's his co-worker seems pretty nice as well. But then we got this asshole. Like, I love when he gets it. What happens, pretty much for the next couple minutes, we're just chilling out, seeing what, Billy's up to with his new job. And Christmas time rolls around again. He's scared to death. Santa Claus is appearing, to have kids sit on the lap, like you remember when we were little kids, just sitting on Santa's lap, saying what we wanted for Christmas. Well, the toy store is doing that, and Billy ends up going up to Santa and punching him right in his face. And I'm like, ooh, that's gotta hurt. So, anyways, what happens next? Uh, Billy gets put back to where he's working, which is in the back of the store. And the co-worker dude, I hated. Like, I liked the manager, I liked the boss of the company, but I did not like the male coworker. I thought he was an asshole. Um, and this movie, I just thought it started off a little bit slow, but when it started to kick in, I really got into it. Mm, then we get to the psycho part of Billy. He gets a job as the department store Santa. Now you'd think if your boss could have known how scared of Santa his employee would be, you think he would have been a little bit cautious during Christmas time, like just let Billy take the month off during that time. But no, the sister tries to tell the manager slash boss slash big guy of the company, tries to tell him, and he's like not really listening. But then fast forward a couple more minutes, we get our first real death scene. Um, the asshole guy is raping the nice girl, and there's something about rape in this movie. We've got two rape scenes, and we've got a sex scene. We've got nudity up the ass. Actually, we've got two sex scenes, we've got two rape scenes, so that's a total of 4 nude scenes. So, anyways, Billy ends up seeing this, and his mind ends up going like all crazy, and he's remembering all the shit from his childhood more and more, and he finally just snaps and uh grabs Christmas lights, takes the asshole guy, and strangles him and pulls him up and hung like a noose. Like he's just like it. Then we think he's gonna let the girl live because she wasn't doing anything bad. Like the way he kills people, he kills them for being naughty. So, anyways, you think he's going to let the girl live because, hell, she was being raped and she she didn't do anything wrong. She was being raped and she was trying to escape. And she was punching the guy out of defense. But anyways, he kills her by stabbing her in the stomach with one of those little mini knives. Not really a scalpel, but similar to a scalpel, but the blade is bigger. Uh, so anyways, he stabs her in the stomach, and I'm just like, you kill off the only person other than the sister that actually, the only other female that was actually nice to you, man. Why do that? So anyways, we get a bunch more deaths. We get the death of the boss guy, who he didn't deserve to die either. Like, most of these people didn't deserve to die. They didn't. So I'm not gonna go through all the deaths because I want you guys to see the movie. Sorry, I keep looking over at my PlayStation 3, seeing what's up. Um, so, do I say rent it, buy it, or just forget it? I say buy it. You can get it for like $5 off of Amazon by itself, or you can get the double pack for I think $7, which $3.99 shipping and handling comes back to about $11. So, anyways, what do I give it? I give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and if you're looking for a Christmas movie with a little bit more thrills and chills, check out Silent Night, Deadly Night. I think many people out there will really enjoy it. And remember, if you're naughty, you get punished. So, anyways, I'm out. See you later. And hopefully you all enjoyed my review of Silent Night, Deadly Night. And stay tuned for Silent Night, Deadly Night. Do!